Hi guys, welcome to Tech Tips, and today I'm going to show you how to build an affording gaming rig that can run today's gen graphics at medium high with under a $700 mark. Today I'm going to show you how we're going to get together a decently sized gaming rig with a form factor case. Now, I personally like the big flashy LED form factor case, but my friend Ying, who helps and supports this project, is a huge fan of microtext. He thinks smaller, more efficient builds are better. So he went out and bought us the Fractal Design new micro ATX case. Now the cool thing with this case is you notice that it doesn't have any kind of any kind of like optical drive. They completely took that out. This is a pure like bare bones, 21st century case that I find is surprisingly spacious despite its size. It comes in two models. It comes with a power supply and no power supply. The power supply is a nice 450 watt Fractal Design as always, non-modular of course, but it's a micro ATX as PSU. We went ahead and went with the one with the power supply that ran us about $130. Next we had to choose a motherboard. And the motherboard was a little bit interesting because there was several on the market, but we decided to go with MSI's B150i gaming motherboard. This gave us all the possibilities of need for two DDR4 slots, a PCI Gen 3 slot, and an M2 slot for some fast storage capabilities. With that, we wanted to pair it with something with a decently CPU that would give us everything we might need in a gaming performance. Now, here's where we really had a problem deciding if we wanted to go with the i5 or the i3. Considering we weren't using this for any stream or video editing and just a pure gaming rig, we decided to opt for the i3. Since Intel has incorporated their hyper-thread technology into their new series of i3s, it now gives us 4 logical cores instead of just 2 solid cores. This allows us to give us the maximum performance in gaming in today's games without breaking the bank. If you decide to turn this into a streaming or video editing or minor video editing, I would upgrade to an i5 or even the i7 series. But if you're doing straight gaming, an i3 would be more than what you need. For storage, it was a little bit interesting. Storage, we had to go with a 2.5 bay SSD. This case does not have a 3.5 bay. There is no 3.5, it's too clunky, it's too big, and it's apparently outdated. So we actually struck a really good deal on Samsung Evo's 850 SSD, a 500 gig unit for $150 on sale on Newegg. It was a major steal, and you can probably find as the new SSDs come out, will be even cheaper as you go along. So SSD storage is becoming more and more liable than the HD storage we had before. So now that we have our storage out of the way, we also went with what kind of RAM, and RAM is super cheap right now. So we picked up 2 Corsair DDR4 16 gigs package of RAM at 2133 Hertz. This only ran us about $65, and we got it at a major price. Now this last one, we actually kind of lucked out. We had the spare GPUs lying around, and in all honesty, the one we're about to use isn't terrible, but if you want to pick one up, I would recommend the EVGA super clocked GTX 960 4GB version for about $220, and this would be a perfect rig for you. We're actually going to end up using the Radeon HD 7850 1GB version overclocked that I had lying around, and it just felt like a really good use. So let's go ahead and get everything together and see how it looks. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start with the motherboard, of course, and we're going to go ahead and open this up. Now, I haven't had a chance to look at this. I don't know all it comes with, but, there we go. See what it comes with. A thank you for choosing MSI. Some instructions how to install the fan. If you need this, you probably shouldn't be doing this by yourself. Some SATA cords, the I/O slot, and what's this? Some stickers. Oh, some SATA labeling stickers. That's kind of cool. I find that that's pretty interesting, even though we wouldn't really need it, but this is really interesting for other rigs, so I'm going to keep this to the side. I can use that with some other rigs I build. We also have the antennas for the built-in Wi-Fi that has it in, that I'm actually going to run some benchmarks on later, because I'm kind of curious on how the Wi-Fi's come. I haven't used too many Wi-Fi anything lately, so we're going to test that out later. Well, just some of that, user manual, and that's pretty much it. Okay. So I don't have an anti-static build or anything like that, so we're just going to go ahead and use the box itself. Pop that open. Bam, look at that beauty. Alright, so the first one, we're going to go ahead and something pretty easy. We're going to start the memory. So I got, again, 2 8 gig sticks of Crucial DDR4 memory at 2133 clock. Go ahead and stick this in. Alright, there we go. I don't know why it took so long, so I apologize. Let me pop this up. Next, we're going to go ahead and start the CPU. As I said before, we're running an i3 3100 series. It's pretty self-explanatory. Let's see what we got here. Now, I heard that they fixed their... There we go. Oh, there's that sound. Oh, I love that clicking sound. It just tells me, like, it's so on, it's right. Yep, it's on right. See right there.
2 hours later.
Oh, of course, my luck. I tear the... Yep, no, that... Well, the baggie they had come with the screws aren't very well. The zipper just kind of tore apart. I don't have any magnetic screwdrivers. Not because I don't think you shouldn't use them. It's simply I can't find mine, so I'm forced to use this tiny little Phillips flathead. But it should be okay once you get the first one in. Aha! Are you magnetic or you're not? Editor, bleep that out. Wait, I am the editor. Note to self, bleep that out. Now, this right here, they give you like the longest USB 3 cord I could ever think of. Why would you need a cord this freaking long in this tiny ass case? So we're just gonna go ahead and do this. Twisty tie the shit out of it. We have, that's for our graphics card, motherboard. We got this in, and the way it's supposed to work, grab our GPU here, it's supposed to go like this, right? Yeah. Okay, got those out. Now in theory, it should just pop in just like this. That's what I use right now. Use this too. That's why now, because you put it in, you're gonna hit every cord possible way.
2 hours later.
So, after money finagling and what would have been about a second of your time and about 40 minutes of my time, I got the damn cords to cooperate. Hi guys. The rest of the audio and video for the build kind of got deleted by accident, so I'm going to go ahead and skip right to the benchmark part. So I ended up throwing at it the Firestrike mid-grade test at it, which came in at 1255.2, which isn't a terrible score, but you know, it isn't the best. It told me that it was pretty good rig for what I built, especially for the compact size. As for game benchmarks, I ran 4 games. I ran League of Legends, GTA 5, Tomb Raider, and Crysis 3. And all were set on medium-high settings with 2 anti-alias on, except for League of Legends, which was able to run at full settings. As you can see right here, on the graph, that League of Legends obviously scored pretty high. It is not generally a high-demanding game in the first place, and it ran around 150 FPS even under a full 5v5 team fight. Tomb Raider, on the other hand, scored a comfortable 40, 43, 44. It is an older game, but I like to use it because of the hair physics, and it's great for benchmarking even with today's standards. I ran at 1920 by 1080p resolution, standard 1080p gaming, and it was able to get around the 44 to 46 FPS average, which is pretty playable, and by no means is it bad. So it looked great and it played well. So for anyone looking for mid-tier gaming, that's what it was. When I got into Crysis 3 and GTA 5, things took for a little bit to dive. I had to adjust the settings quite a bit to get it to a playable 30 FPS on each side. GTA was more of a graphical issue because I am running Radeon 7850. And then for GTA 5, it is a CPU intensive, so I had to turn down the view distance and the cluttering. Still with 2 anti-aliasings on to get it to a playable 35-ish FPS, which isn't bad, but that it was more of a CPU bottleneck and probably GPU bottleneck. I am using it a little bit outdated. I actually got a GTX or an EVGA super clock GTX 964 gig version stuck into it, and the FPS didn't really change to my surprise. I guess the 7850 was pretty well. You can add about 5-10 FPS for each, give or take, but it wasn't enough for me to make a whole nother graph because, you know, in the end it's still at medium high settings. I didn't really get change much. All in all, for this rig, it was about a little under $800. Though you can probably get cheaper parts and eBay parts. I just happened to build this rig because my friend Ying wanted to build a rig using that Fractal design case. He's a huge fan of micro computing and all that stuff. So we used the Fractal design case, and with it, you know, micro ATX board and all the other things. What really broke the bank that we probably could have changed is that the 500 gig SSD. If you guys don't want to spend that much, there are some much cheaper options online, especially if you go to eBay or pre-owned. So all in all, if you do a little shopping, you could probably get it down to about $600, which I actually was able to do after hunting on eBay a little bit. So it's a pretty budget PC, but I just like the fact that the Fractal design computer was so small. Oh, was it so small? It was so small. That cable management was non-existent. But it was a pretty good PC, and we're probably gonna replace them all around in the gaming house. Just because, you know, he likes the small factor, and that's what he's willing to pay the price for it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's not much I can say. The links will be in the description for like all the parts we use. Thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't, and I hope to see you in my next video. Tech out. Bye bye. Why did I do this? It's like, no. Bye.